finished at the Aviva Stadium. France 1, Ireland 0, a Benjamin Pavard goal, the difference between the two sides. Gavin Cooney is with me from the Aviva Stadium. Gavin, it wasn't a hammering that some people predicted, a hard-fought defeat for Ireland, but a defeat nonetheless.
Yeah, a defeat that they probably didn't deserve, I have to say, Enda. I think that was that had one of our famous 1-0 draws written all over it. I think Ireland can feel pretty hard done by to have lost that game, partly because they didn't create a whole load of chances, but they created chances good enough to score. Most obviously at the end, like that save from Mannion from Nathan Collins was absolutely insane. Time almost stood still. I think everyone stood still in the stadium, apart sadly from Mannion as Collins went up for that header. It was an absolutely unbelievable save and drew a few oohs and ahs from the crowd when it was replayed on the big screen. And otherwise, like Ireland, that was, diligent stuff in the first half. They did that flinty defensive work that, maybe this side hasn't done as well in the past. They certainly don't fetishize it like previous Irish teams, but then unbelievably we're done again by a long range goal. Like, how on earth is this still happening? That's 10 goals now since the start of 2021. Of the last 7 goals that Ireland have let in here at Lansdowne Road, 5 of them have been outside the box. Okay, it was a giveaway by Josh Cullen, but it was a real if you want to open your football cliches dictionary and look up punished for making a mistake, I think you'll find a gif of that goal rolling on the page.
Yeah, I will say this, if there is coverage tomorrow of that goal and people are putting it down to the game plan, I might just flip out though, because it was just simply a bad pass from Cullen. I think you're making that pass regardless of what style of football you play. And it was just poor, and you get punished against sides like France. You get punished against Luxembourg and Armenia and Azerbaijan as well, apparently, if you're Ireland, but we got punished tonight, and that's what matters. I know you don't have a lot of time, so we'll run through the positives of the game. Ogbene, man of the match, firstly. I mean, he was Ireland's outlet in this game. Down that right-hand side, he had a serious battle going on with Hernandez the whole game, and you'd say he probably came out on top.
Oh, I think you're being kind to Theo Hernandez, called it a battle. I mean, Ogbene had him on toast. Like, I mean, Ogbene was absolutely outstanding. We talked last week as to, like, that's where the space is for Ireland, and they targeted very well. The fact that Ogbene is in a relegation battle in the championship is kind of crazy to conceive of when you see a performance like that. He was excellent. I mean, Ireland's game plan, was pretty spot on. I know Stephen Kenny talked about not taking a step back, and this is the time to attack France. And you read those quotes and you wonder, will Ireland go out here naive or a little bit too idealistic? They weren't. I mean, they were really diligent in the first half. Their setup was very good. Ogbene obviously plays the right wing back with Rotherham, and that probably helped Ireland, certainly in the first half, because he was really aware and really diligent. Ireland were very good in the first half defensively. Attacking wise, maybe, I think, probably missed a bit of pace down the flanks. Definitely O'Dowda was a loss. Doherty played well, but just doesn't have the same pace to spring past a press down that left flank. And then, second half, Ireland deserved a draw. I mean, they created lots of chances. It did carve open France once or twice in the second half after they went a goal behind. There were other positive performances from, like, Jason Molumby was outstanding. The real coming of age performance in midfield, I thought, from him. Ogbene was good. Ida was good off the bench. There were loads of positives, but unfortunately, that I don't think that's the result that they deserved. But 0 points on the board is kind of tough to take after a performance and an effort like that.
Yeah, and you failed to mention the key man of the night, and that was 40-year-old or 45-year-old or 50-year-old Seamus Coleman outpacing Kylian Mbappe down the right-hand side a couple of times to win the ball. I thought he was fantastic as well in this game, and I mean, it really showed the maturity of his game on a couple of occasions to win balls that were over the top. But just before we finish up, we'll touch on the actual game plan and everything in more depth tomorrow on the Football Family. But in terms of what this means overall for Ireland, it is a defeat. Netherlands beat the Gibraltar today as well. What you really don't want to happen is for this to be a gallant defeat to France in the first game and then go out and be completely flat against the likes of Gibraltar and Greece.
Yeah, like that's a thing. I mean, that kind of performance would tell you that Ireland are good enough to finish second in this group ahead of the Netherlands. They gave France a hell of a lot better game than the Dutch managed in Paris on Friday. But Ireland will need to show another side of themselves. Like, this is a recurring conversation that we've had. I mean, they've never lost a competitive game under Kenny by more than a goal. Does it as proved today? They have to be able to prove to be able to go out and retake the game to Greece in June. Like, that is the key game. If Ireland have to be targeting 6 points from 6 in that summer window, and if they can do that, then they're in a very, very good place. But like, they have to mint the progress and the good signs that they've shown tonight by getting the job done in the summer.
All right, Gav, I'll let you go speak to Stephen Kenny after the game in the press conference. You'll be back with us tomorrow on the Football Family along with Shane Keegan, where we'll be looking at this game in more depth. Cheers, Gav.
Thanks, pal. Bye.